it rolling.
Caleb, what aspects of the offense have you just loved the most as this thing has evolved?
It's a loaded question. I would say us getting our run game going after the bye week, that helps everything for a quarterback, as all the quarterbacks know in the NFL. If you get your running game going, it makes things pop open a little bit easier. So that's been good. And then I think the aspect that the details that we've been trying to make sure we fine tune and stay on top of in the past game that we've been harping on and preaching and working towards. And I think we're still obviously going to do that every single week, every single day. But I think we've been getting better with that.
Ben was talking yesterday. He said he asked you what you had for breakfast because you got off to a good start Sunday. So,
Yeah.
a legitimate question: what did you have for breakfast?
The morning of, I think I had my matcha. I think I had an omelet, and I think I had one pancake and some syrup. Yeah.
When you start off, you're 0 for 3 on that, or the first drive doesn't go, and you're 0 for 3 to start, and then you go 5 for 5.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the first quarter. What's the feeling like when you know that this thing that you wanted to improve on, you're improving on it in real time?
Yeah. I've felt this way the whole season so far, is that I've been improving, even if it's in ways that people can't see or maybe feel. When I go back and watch, or when Coach and I go back and watch, we watch, and we can look at things that maybe y'all don't know, maybe the outside world doesn't know, and ways that I've been getting better. And I think the confidence in myself, but also within the offense and trust with Coach has grown. And so with all of that, the constant mindset of growing, the constant growth that I've had, I think is going to keep growing over time, and it's something that I'm focused on, because it's if I play how I played this past game, or if I play better than that, we got a real shot to do whatever we want in this league. So I'm going to keep focused on trying to grow, trying to be better, try to be my best self.
That touchdown throw to the second one back end zone to DJ Moore, 16% completion probability.
Mm-hmm.
What's your mindset when you see that pass? Do you think, oh, I see it all the way, or you think, oh, I hope maybe? Like, what's going through your mind on that decision?
No, when I let the ball go, I'm pretty damn sure that it's not going to be a bad play. If anything, the bad play is an incompletion. And I think I've proven that over my time so far, being here and, playing football and college. So, when I let it go, I think it's a good ball. And at the least, it's going to be incomplete.
Have you seen the video of it side by side with Joe Montana's throw?
It popped up this morning. We obviously got the little bit later start this morning, so I was able to lay in my bed for another 30 minutes or so. So it popped up on social media when I was looking at it.
What did you think?
It was a cool comparison. Obviously, a little bit different situation and things like that. But I think it was a cool comparison video.
As a competitor, when you understand rivalry game, playoff stakes on the line, a chance to clinch this weekend, what does that mean to you?
Another game. Go out here and do my job, play well, start fast. Get the energy going for the team. And we got a real shot to go win the game.
Yeah, regardless of
What does it mean for you on primetime television, having Green Bay, being at home, and all the atmosphere of it?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think everybody's excited for it. I think even DJ said it after the game. We feel as if we let them off the hook. And part of that was us starting slow. Part of that was explosive plays and allowing something that we've been pretty good at so far this year for all sides of the ball. And so we want to go out there and play our brand of football, and it gives us the best shot to go win the game. And that's starting fast, playing physical, executing plays the way that we know we can, offense, defense, and special teams. And like I said, we're excited to go showcase that.
But Ben talked about how comfortable you looked Sunday, even in pregame. Like he felt it in pregame. When you went back and watched it, or even in the moment, why were you so maybe extra comfortable and in a rhythm on Sunday?
Yeah, I think that's been part of the constant growth. I've been getting more and more comfortable, and like I said, you may not be able to see or tell, but each week for me is another step in that level of comfort, whether it's a win or a loss. And I think that's starting to show a little bit more, from outside perspective, in that sense of you being able to see it maybe. But my next steps are going out there and starting fast, play well this weekend, and try and help lead this team to victory.
Caleb, how would you describe Drew Dahlman's place in the offense's success and your success this year?
Yeah, Drew Dahlman is like I said, I call my linemen the Avengers, and so all of them collectively, form a very formidable team to go out there and go to war with. But Drew Dahlman is, I call Drew Dahlman the Hulk. He's the brains and all of it, but when he gets out there and on the field, he's strong as can be, fast and the right guy for the job. For us and my future and our future here. So I'm excited, for that, and I'm happy that he's here with us and with me. And we're going to keep growing together, and we're going to keep finding ways to help each other out. In this tenure that we have together.
The other line.
Yeah, I got Ozzy is obviously he's not really an Avengers, but Wolverine. I have Doctor Strange as left guard with Joe. I have obviously Hulk as center. I have the Red Hulk as Jonah, and then I have Darnell's Bucky because he has the one arm blade.
What's the challenge this week in preparing for a defense that's not going to have Parsons and may try and do some different stuff because of it?
Yeah. I've been able to play, them without Parsons before, and then obviously been able to, play 2 weeks ago with, going against Parsons, and so, I think it's going to be a fun challenge for us. I think it's something that we'll have to go into the game. Obviously, they have their defense and how they run and their system and things like that, and you can't forget they have other good pass rushers, other than Parsons, but I think we'll go into the week and we'll prepare how we normally prepare, and have our stuff, and then when you get into a game you obviously have to adjust for whatever they do, and so that's the fun part about playing quarterback. That's the fun part about playing football, is that you get into these games and you have an idea of maybe what they might do, or how they might play, and then you get into the game and then you just have to adjust, and so it's us going out there trying to make plays and trying to make more plays than them, have less negative plays than them, and then adjusting faster than them, and it gives us a great shot to go win the game.
Pat moved off too quickly. What makes Joe Tootie Doctor Strange?
Yeah, that guy's he's I mean, from stats to longevity and how he is. I mean, he's Doctor Strange. He just for some reason everything just kind of moves how he moves, and on the football field and things like that. So it's that's it. I feel like all the guys kind of like that one for Joe, and I think it was fitting.
Ben and a lot of the players talked about the impact that the crowd made on Sunday night.
Mhm.
What's it like for you to play for a crowd like that, and what do you hope to see? How much the crowd can help on Saturday?
Yeah, I hope to help keep bringing that excitement, to this organization, to Chicago, and then obviously on game days. They're monumental for us, and we want them to be here. We want them to support. We want them to travel well with us. We want them to be proud to be a Chicago Bear fan, and that's really it.
So Caleb, you talked a minute ago about, comfort. Along the lines of that would go confidence. How has your confidence improved since last year when things were a lot different than they are now?
Yeah, having some confidence in myself has been probably more than it was last year. I think I always have confidence in myself, and maybe a little bit. I think all quarterbacks have a little bit of a arrogant confidence about themselves, because everything, when everything's going wrong, it's all them, and when everything's going right, so it's I think I have a little bit of that in me, and and so my confidence is always strong. I believe in myself. I believe in who I am. I believe how I work, and all these different things, and then having the group around me only strengthens that for me. It's always strength in numbers. It's always one. It's always us. And so, that with that being said, my confidence is grown, and it's going to be through the roof.
So if they're the Avengers, are you Samuel L.?
I don't know who I am. They'll figure that out. But the Bears.